All right, guys. We are here with the Seed Collector AMA. We have Hank Dangerfield at Winchester Homes representing the team. Guys, tell me about your project.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us. And so, like Winchester said, I've had this idea for over a year. The goal of the game is to basically teach people about crypto through gameplay. And I've done scavenger hunts before where basically there's a seed phrase hidden in the game, and you have to figure out the clues to find the missing phrase. So what we've done this time is we've taken and created a whole backstory. Basically, all financial institutions have crumbled, and the only form of money that works anymore in this world is cryptocurrency. Much like COVID kind of took over, in this world, a virus has spread. There are zombies everywhere, and you are basically helping people deal in a world where forgot password does not work anymore. As humans, as we see in the real world, a lot of people lose their seed phrases and aren't responsible to, with backing them up. So in this world, this guy, he's a pilot, and he goes on vacation into a remote place in the mountains, and he goes there for 2 months, gets a phone call on his way back once he gets into cell phone range, and it's his sister telling him, everything's going bad, the virus has spread, and the only thing that works is crypto. So he gets home, his neighborhood is crawling with zombies, and he's trying to find his seed phrase. And when he gets into his home, he finds that someone has scattered his seed phrase all over his neighborhood and is testing him. And the group or the agency responsible for it is called the Seed Phrase Recovery Unit. And this unit kind of spun up while he was on vacation. The world has gone to chaos. And what they're doing is testing him to see if he is a good fit for their company. So in the first episode, you're kind of coping with him realizing what's going on in this world. And then by the end of it, you solve the seed phrase. And then in episode 2, he actually gets a job with the Seed Phrase Recovery Unit and starts to take on clients that have also lost their seed phrase. And, we'll go through these episodes of him taking on the clients and them trying to figure out their seed phrase. So the way the tokenomics will work is, every episode we will take 50% of the marketing and 50% of the prize wallet, and we will spread the prizes around in the episode and then use 50% to market. And then that way, every episode we have something left over to keep pushing. So we don't spend all the money in one spot.
Okay, real quick. That is the best idea for a crypto game I've ever heard. You're collecting the actual seed phrase, and crypto is all that is left. How did you guys come up with this idea?
Man, when I was working with a group a year ago called Risk Moon, and I created a first-person shooter, and some things went south with that group, and I got upset because $40,000 just went missing of the community's money, and they couldn't show me where it went, so I left. But during that time, I had came up with this idea, and I made a game where we were on the moon, and what I did is I actually embedded numbers and words into the moon itself. So you would see like a red number 1, and then you would find like a red word somewhere, and you had to know those two numbers corresponded. And it was a very rudimentary game then, but that was where the idea came from. And then I got a little bit more advanced with this game by creating better clues, things you had to solve, combination locks, puzzles inside the game, more than just like pictures. But yeah, the idea came from basically realizing that money is now personless, right? So you don't have to be a human being to possess money. So we can literally stuff money inside of games, and just got more creative with it.
That's all right, man. That's pretty cool. I mean, if you ever followed this channel, I'm a giant nerd. So anything with puzzles, riddles, or crypto, I'm pretty enthusiastic about. All right,
I love it, man. Like there's so much we can do with this technology, and we're just now beginning to scratch the surface. And like I'm excited to see what else people come up with. Like we there's so much we can do. We get caught up, just chasing money and chasing memes and things like that. And hey, let's make money, but
it's where we start. There's more coming. Yeah.
It's not forget what this technology can do, and let's push the limits.
Vitalik had a quote about Vitalik, whatever his name is, the founder of Ethereum, had a quote about that, saying like, "Oh, you guys are just using this for finances. Like, wait till people figure out the real use." And I am very, very hopeful. All right, not to take too much of your time away from telling us about the project, but last night I saw a robotic server for the first time. Right? It was like a fancy Roomba that carried around the plates from the kitchen to the table, and it didn't, serve us. They had to take the plates, but it was autonomous. And I'm thinking to myself, what's to stop that from having a Web3 connection where I just tap my wallet onto it and pay for it? And like, the future is going to be very, very different than what we see right now. It's starting quickly too.
Have you read The Internet of Money by Andreas Antonopoulos?
No, but I'm going to Google it right now.
That book changed my understanding of crypto. I came from stocks and then got introduced to crypto, and I ran a computer repair business for years, and people would ask me, to build on mining rigs and things like that. And I didn't understand, I'd seen things like Second Life. I'd seen digital environments where, there was a different type of money, a digital money in it. So I figured Bitcoin was kind of the same. So for years, I just kind of shot it down and didn't really look at it. And then I found out you didn't have to mine it. And then, there was actually value on exchanges and you could buy it like stocks. So I got into it, and then I read that book, and it blew my mind. It changed my whole perspective. And he talked about things, how like money is now personless, and we could see things like Tesla, their business model being merged with things like Uber, and you're going to have an autonomous vehicle, pick you up, and that vehicle can possess money itself, not, without needing like a human intermediary. And like he goes on in that book and describes a bunch of different situations that could play out in the future. And like, yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm interested into as well.
Oh, well, first off, I just downloaded that on my Audible, so I have a 5-hour drive today. I will be listening to the whole thing and checking that out. But
yeah, let me know what you think, man. It's a great book.
Dude, Tesla's the perfect example, though. Like, there are no credit card interactions with Tesla outside of your application. If you want to charge your car, you better have it loaded up in the Tesla app, or you cannot charge your car through Tesla. The algorithm that decides when you need service and what you need to do is humanless until it gets down to the actual repair part. Like, we are a lot further along in a lot of these things than I ever thought we were. It's interesting. All right, let's get back to your sweet project here, though. So we know a little bit about the game. Tell us about how you guys are going to launch, how you guys have funded this, how you came together, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. So I'll start with how we came together. Winchester and Robert and Nathaniel, Dion, we've known each other for years. I've known Rob for about 10 years, and Nathaniel I've known for 30. God, what? 30 plus years. Yeah, we've known each other since we were in grade school. So, I put them on crypto, and they've fell in love with it. The game itself, I started getting into designing games about 3 years ago. My background is in electronic engineering, and I started a computer repair business out of college. Did that for about 11 years. And, as soon as I got into crypto, well, another thing, COVID hit, and so I kind of pushed back a little bit on, or put my computer repair business aside because, we were at home and there wasn't much else to do. So I got deeper into crypto, started breaking down the way, DeFi works, and got back into making games and into coding. And let's see what about so the launch will be, we're going to do a pre-sale, starting the pre-sale today, and it will go through tomorrow. We did have a private sale round. Now the private sale would be vested. The private sale investors will get 20% more than the pre-sale. But the vesting will be, there's 20% more, but the 25% will be released before we launch, and then 25% will go to them every 10 days after. And then the pre-sale doesn't have a vesting period. But we plan to launch on the 22nd.
Okay, so there's a private sale, then there's a pre-sale. What are the amounts and what are the token allocations for each?
Let me pull that spreadsheet up real quick.
Awesome. And for my community, you guys know I'm pretty skeptical of private sales, and I don't really ever promote a project that has one going on. I will say this team and I have talked extensively, worked together in the past. Of course, anyone who's ever entered a private sale knows it has risks other than just being scammed. It's about, making sure everything on the project goes as to play, but there is an active private sale on this coin. I felt like I should mention that.
Yeah, and to that point, and the private sale funds that we've raised are being used to do AMAs such as this, as well as call groups and other marketing for the pre-sale itself.
Winchester, like I said, if it was anyone else, I would not like it. But you guys have proven yourselves to be nothing but awesome in this space and a big boon to it. So I'll take it.
Appreciate that, and we're looking to. We've gone into this with the forethought of making sure that we have budget so that we have longevity, so that we are not spending all of our money in the first, 24, 48 hours or the first week. And, that's why we plan to use 50% of the prize wallet and 50% of the marketing on each episode. And as it gets into more discussions about the game, we'd be using a hold to play and a play to earn model. So that will require you to hold a certain dollar amount of tokens of the word token, which is our ticker symbol. And
tokens, your ticker symbol?
Yeah, words is our ticker symbol. We wanted it to be 12 words, which however, you're not allowed to put integers in the ticker symbol.
Yeah, there are ways to somehow get that done. I've seen guys do emojis. I don't know the code myself. Yeah,
haven't figured it out yet. Nope,
I don't know how to do it myself. I have no idea how they do it. It won't allow me on Ruby or something else they're up to.
So back to your question about the private sale. So the total supply will be 10 billion, and then the private sale amount we did. You could have 0.5 BNB. You would get 6 million tokens. 1 BNB gave you 12 million, and then 2 BNB was 24 million, and that was the max contribution that we allowed for that.
And that's in the private sale. I'm just taking some notes here.
That's correct. Yes.
Is there any vesting for the private sale?
It is. So the private sale will be vested for 30 days. We will give 25% of their tokens out before the launch, and then every 10 days thereafter, you would receive 25% again. So it would be your 75% of it would be vested for 30 days. Well, 25% increments every 10 days after.
I got you. All right. So I got the private sale stuff down here. What's the plan for the pre-sale?
The pre-sale, we want to do a 250 BNB soft cap and then 500 BNB hard.
Okay, and will the token allocation be the same?
You will get 10 million for one BNB, and then when we launch, it'll be 9 billion.
Okay, so
for launch.
It's a 10% boost on private sale, 20% boost on, 20% boost for the private, and then 10% it's more than at launch for the pre-sale, correct?
Correct, yes.
I'm messing up my reference number on that one. Okay.
It's all good.
I guess so, yeah. Anyways, guys, I got to say it. It's a lot of BNB, and this is a bear market. What made you choose to do this right now?
Well, it was really the game. I'm hoping people understand what this game is. And you're right, it is a bear market. We could talk about lowering the pre-sale, but we figured that amount would give healthy prizes. But I do want to show the game so people can kind of understand how it's being played.
Please show us the game. You can share your screen. That'd be awesome.
Because talking about it does only so much justice. So let's see.
Yeah, I'd love to see this. And also, before you start, what engine is this built off of?
I use Unity. So I'm very familiar with C#. I've been, there's a lot of people that go back and forth between Unity and Unreal. I like Unreal. However, C++ is not my language. I'm more comfortable with C#.
Okay. Respect.
Let's see. Now, if this tutorial seems to lag a bit over sharing screen, if you go into our group and you do /tutorial, you will see a pre-recorded version that will show you a little bit better. But
let me just re-reference the post as well, guys, because there's one after it, so y'all can see. So all the media links are right here.
All right, can everybody see the screen?
Let me see. Yes, we can.
All right, so when you're presented with the screen here, now what you'll notice behind the zombies, this is a screenshot from the actual game. When I log in here, this is going to be a demo scene. Obviously, I can't really walk around the original scene because there are clues hidden. Sometimes you might have a clue on the side of a wall, so I don't want to give those away. So I made a demo scene. So if we click login, what you'll notice is we get redirected to MetaMask. You sign in, and then what it does is it creates a redirect. You copy that redirect, and then when you go back to the game, it'll log you in. So here's a demo scene. We have a few objects here. We'll start out with a flashlight, and it probably looks like it's jumping a little bit on that share screen. But so we take the flashlight, grab some batteries, and what I'll show you is if we open, so you click tab will bring up your inventory, and you start the game out with a smartphone, and the smartphone has a QR scanner built in as well as a crypto wallet. And then if you notice the numbers here, 1 and 2, these are bindings. So if we click on it and then go to shortcut, we can change the bindings so you can have up to 4 items binded. But we'll keep the flashlight at 2. And so if you notice, there is a weather system built in. So right now the sun is going down, and if I break out the flashlight, you'll notice in the bottom left corner, the batteries are starting to deplete. So you have to be very careful with your battery usage when it gets nighttime. Otherwise, you will run out of batteries unless you can find some on the stage. So let's go ahead and pick up some weapons. You get a pistol, shotgun, and we'll step over to this table here. So as you can see, that this is a note, and if I go into the inventory and click on this, you'll see word number 1. So the first word is tree. Now, this is a very simple clue, and the first word of the seed phrase would be tree. All of these clues are not going to be this easy, but you will find references in these pieces of paper that will kind of guide you to the next clue. So you might have a clue about another clue, and you'll have to think to figure it out. So you're going to be taking damage from zombies. So you will have things like drinks, first aid kits to fill your health back up. So if we notice, this will give us 50 health points. So if you notice in the bottom, there's 100 right here. If we use it, it's going to give us 150 total. So you can have up to 200 on your health. And if we go over here, I'm going to grab this backpack. So what you'll notice is the inventory now has 5 extra slots. And if you get to a point where your inventory is full, you can find a duffel bag, and then you can store those items in the duffel bag to take them out of your inventory. So there are a few different types of clues in the game. You're going to have clues that are audio, video, and as well as text. So if I click escape real quick, I'll show you. This is the pause menu, and you have audio diaries and text diaries. Now, your audio and your text are going to be saved here, whereas your inventory is something completely different. So remember that whenever you pick up something like this, it'll play, but then it will be in your audio diaries, so then you could always come back and play it again.
Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, and on the earth.
And then you will find clues like this, which are video. So if I was to pick up this tape, now, and you remember how I was telling you about Andreas Antonopoulos, who is the author of the book, The Internet of Money. Well, if we turn on the VCR and then turn on the TV and we insert this tape, what I've done is I've put one of his educational videos in here to teach you about seed phrases. And there's a clue in this video.
You're kidding me. I love it.
I think it's time for a special segment we call Down the Rabbit Hole.
So there's a clue in this video that you will have to figure out if you want to win the total prize. This video will teach you what I find important information about crypto that everyone should know. And every one of our episodes is going to have things like this in it. There's a lot of people that have come into DeFi and come into crypto that have sidestepped a lot of the fundamentals, and I want to make sure that people are understanding what this whole movement is about. So I will sprinkle a lot of things like this inside of these episodes. And then another type of clue will be Easter eggs like this. So if you break out your smartphone, what you'll notice is if we hit G, you could enter a seed phrase here to unlock a wallet, or you could hit a QR scanner and then step up to the prize. And then what you notice, so see how the message went away in the background? You need to hold this amount of words tokens. If it reads your balance and you have those tokens in there, that message disappears. Your player is locked. Now be careful when you are grabbing prizes because zombies are going to be chasing you. So I do have it where it locks your player, so I can't go left or right now. But if a zombie is chasing you and you're trying to grab a prize, they can kill you while you are trying to grab it. So make sure you're clear before you start trying to pull the prize out. Now, if you notice on the left here, it says balance equals null, rescan the image. Luckily, it read the blockchain on the first pass. Sometimes it doesn't, but this prize is worth 0.11 BNB. Now, if you see the send to, whenever I logged in, it grabbed my public address and I passed it back through this field right here. And then you can change this. So if you find a prize and you want to send it to a friend, feel free. We have 0% transfer tax on our token, but you can always change this field.
Wait, real quick. That is real BNB.
Yeah, that's reading from yeah.
Guys, whoever has their mic unmuted, please mute it. I can't see everyone. I'll just start muting everyone.
Actually, you know what? Do you want to give somebody a prize? I'll show you. I can send this BNB out to somebody in the group.
All right, you want to do a quick competition? Give me 2 seconds here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Have it. Just kidding.
All right, let's see who can get this going. Guys, the second wallet to drop the first wallet in the most recent comments. Go. Oh, Burgerito Shire wins.
Oh, bro, I'm not ready.
Burgerito won. Here, you can see him right there. That's the first wallet.
Let's see. Got it. All right, so I will pass that wallet over. All right, you see it on the screen, 793D.
God, that is so cool.
And then, so what I'll do is I'll say send max transaction. What will happen is this is now going to execute a transaction. It will take a second, and then now you see BSC scan pops up. What I want to show you is this always beats bscscan.com, but if you just refresh the page, the transaction shows up. So there we go. We sent that BNB to that address right there from within the game. And if you want the transaction, I'll actually post it back.
Okay, I receive it.
Sweet.
Wow, that's so cool. That's so cool.
So then if I click X right here and I back out of it and then I scan it again, you'll see that the BNB will be gone. There's a little bit of dust in there. Actually, we could always fix that. But so yeah, that's you'll see prizes like that throughout the game. Those are Easter egg prizes. And then the main prize is going to be figuring out the seed phrase. But you can also win prizes by killing zombies. So if we go around this corner here and we get this zombie to follow us, as soon as they die, there you go. There's a prize right there that you could claim. But that's like a crude demo of the game. Like I said, I can't walk around the first level and just kind of show that because there's clues all over the place. But yeah, does anybody have any questions?
I have so many questions. Where does this money come from?
So that's the beauty of the tokenomics. So the prize wallet is 5% of the tokens, right? And the website will have actually here. Let me show you kind of. So this is our website, and if you scroll down, so here's season 1. There's going to be right now there will be 3 episodes per season. So this gasoline right here, this is called Vacation's Over, and this is when the main character, like I said, he's a pilot. He went on vacation into the mountains, and he gets a phone call. Vacation's over. You're coming back to your neighborhood. You find that civilization is crumbling. Like all of the financial institutions are down, and you're equipped with the weapons, and you're killing zombies, trying to find your seed phrase. And now episode 2 of season 1, I've already got working. I actually got a car working that has gas as well as damage. And what we're going to do with episode 2 is we're going to bring in a little bit of game theory. So the words tokens you will be allowed to spend in the game. So each player will start out with an undamaged car and a full tank of gas. So the object of this game will always be who can find the prizes first. Right? It's a scavenger hunt. So when your car runs out of gas, there are strategically placed gas stations. You will have to spend words tokens to fill your car up if you want to keep using it. You can choose to walk, but somebody might beat you to the prize. So by introducing a little bit of that game theory, it's game theory because what happens to the tokens are those tokens get sent back to the prize wallet for someone to win later. So by spending your tokens to kind of win prizes inside of the game, it creates a game theory. And then we can also build off of that by damage. And then, we can have NFT gas cards. We can have even NFT weapons coming sooner down the line as well. And then there's another, this one is Dark City. This will be more of like a cyberpunk level or episode. And then here are tokenomics. So the prize wallet is 5%, liquidity is 1, marketing is 3, and development is 3. So the prizes, what I've done is I have actually coded them here. So what we will do is we will feed all of these prize wallets, and you will be able to see in live time, like if I refresh, you'll see it says balance loading. So that's actually pulling those from the blockchain. And you will be able to see in live time how many prizes are left in each episode while you're playing. So 50% of the prizes 50% of what's in our prize wallet will go to each episode. So when episode 1 finishes, we would take the snapshot of the prize wallet at that time. We will feed the prize wallets for episode 2. And then we would take 50% of the marketing and push that episode. And then as soon as, episode 3, do the same thing. So it stays malleable with like marketing and prizes per episode. So, we're not wasting everything on just one.
So the episodes themselves, though, they don't refill over time. It's the one prize and that's it.
Right. So the beauty of this game is I've got all of basically all of the code done. So when it comes to making episode 2, episode 3, it's a bit of like asset flipping to where I'm just placing objects around a board, setting up the objectives and the clues, and then we're ready to roll. Just to give you kind of an example, the last scavenger hunt I did, we did not have zombies. We didn't have a first-person shooter aspect of it. And the clues weren't as, I won't say difficult, but the clues weren't as complex as they are in this game. And that game took people 3.5 weeks of playing it nonstop to figure out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm expecting, I want to be proved wrong. I want to see somebody come in here and just absolutely figure these clues out really quick. But I have put a lot of thought into, the way these clues work. It will take a little bit of thought. I'm not going to lie. Like you're going to have to think outside of the box to piece some of these clues together.
Okay. I usually have a lot more questions. I'm just really impressed by your game. Let's, interesting. So this is totally web-based. I can play this on any device with a web browser, correct?
It is not, it's not WebGL.
Okay.
I wanted to go with WebGL. However, there's about 5 million polygons in this game. So getting that to run on WebGL is just really not going to work. It is PC based.
So hypothetically, if the promoter running this AMA was a Mac user, he couldn't play it.
No. If you can run Boot Camp on your Mac, you could run it. I will be looking to integrate Mac OS into this. It's not that difficult. It's just a matter of taking the time to build it out to that platform. It's just now I do make a lot of WebGL games, and I wanted this one to be WebGL, but when it came down to it, the graphics that I wanted to add into it, they just weren't going to run in the browser.
Yeah, no, it's a great looking game, man, and I really like the idea. So, all right, but my final question before I get to just a little bit more intricate questions, and then we'll jump to the questions from you guys, is how many people can play this at one time?
As many people as they want. So this is actually ushering in a new type of gameplay. Whereas, we look at gameplay as single player or multiplayer. And this is, in a sense, it's kind of both in a way that it's single player because it is local on your machine and you aren't necessarily connected to the internet, right? So it doesn't make it multiplayer in that aspect, but it is multiplayer in the fact that the prizes are in the game in real time. So since those prizes exist on the blockchain, if somebody grabs that prize at any time in the world, it's going to update for you. So it, in a sense, it's like single player, but it's multiplayer at the same time.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
So, a million people could be playing this game and it's not going to affect any kind of like server issue, lag, or anything like that.
My man, all right, I'm sure we have a bunch of questions. Guys, again, if you want to ask questions, you can type them into the comment section. Before we do that, what are the dates for everything planned out, guys?
So we look to start the pre-sale actually in a few hours. We have another call coming up, and we have a couple more groups that we're getting ready. Or we have another AMA coming up, and then we have a couple more groups that are going to do some calls.
My man. All right. Let's jump to something. Oh, yeah, buddy.
Winchester here, Robert. I just wanted to maybe run over. Did you want to run over the contract functions and what how the contract is outside of tokenomics?
Please do.
Okay. So in the contract that we had developed from the ground up, it's a new contract. We've built measures into it we don't have anti-bot, but we have max transaction. So max transaction will be 0.5% of supply, and the max wallet will be 1%. And that's max transaction for buys and sells. Those numbers are configurable. We are able to change them. And as the project grows, we may decide to, raise or lower that, but we feel pretty confident with where it's at. Also, one of the things that we've noticed about play to earn games and reward tokens, any token that is or project that is using wallets and selling their tokens to generate BNB, that always generates contract sales for every single wallet. So if you have a dev wallet, a marketing wallet, and a prize wallet like we do, then in those contracts you would see 3 sells when the contract sells.
Right.
We're bringing we took that in consideration, and we took the time to design our contracts so that all of our taxes go into one wallet. They are sold in one transaction when they reach a threshold, and then the BNB is distributed properly to all 3 of our wallets. So we will only have 1 contract sale to feed all of our wallets instead of 3. So we are reducing the downward spiral effect of contract sales. It's not something that we've ever seen in any other contracts or projects that we've worked on. So we're happy to be bringing that to our project. We also have a 0% transfer tax, which is not very common on the marketplace either in the space. And we did that so that we can transfer tokens from wallet to wallet for the prizes, and you're not beholden to keep your wallets and your tokens in one single wallet. If you wanted to send a friend tokens so they could play, you can with no penalty.
So you said with no penalty, that means there's a 0% transfer tax.
That is correct, 100%. And our buy and our sell taxes are 12%. They are configurable as well, but we also put a max tax percentage in our contract, and that maximum tax that we can total combined taxes cannot exceed 20% in our contract ever.
I really like the developers, and you guys are doing that these days. That gives us a lot of faith.
We can't honeypot it. We can't. We're locking liquidity, and in regards to liquidity ratio, we're going to be starting at a 30+% liquidity to market cap ratio with a 1% LP tax. So we're going to have a solid, thick liquidity when we start, which will help attract investors because they have confidence that they'll be able to invest their money and be able to pull it out later. It's not everyone racing to dump their tokens to try and get what little money is in the liquidity pool.
Okay, that's and your contract isn't available for review yet. Have you guys had an audit or anything?
We had an audit with Desert Finance, and every single thing came back green checks with low or no risk. And the only ding that we got on our Desert Finance audit was that even though we have a contact information on our website, and we even have a live chat on our website that we man ourselves, we got dinged for not having an email contact button on our website. That was the only thing that the Desert Finance found in our audit, and it is available in our chat. You can type /audit. It's also posted in our pinned messages.
Okay, that's great. I mean, one email ding is not anything I'm concerned about. All right, guys, we have a lot of questions for y'all. Let's get to the community here. So
Let's go.
All right, everybody, forgive me. I am gonna sum up a few of these longer ones. We're gonna start with Sam D. Sam, always happy to have you. Okay. Oh, these are some really game-specific questions, sister.
I think I cover everything. She covered everything.
She covered everything in this one. All right, let's pick one of Sam's questions. Let's pick. All right, so we answered the maximum number. We talked about the game being ready to played. Okay, I really like this one. So, is there any way to purchase the word token with fiat for people not in crypto?
Yes. So part of our roadmap, we want to bring Flues in. So Flues does a really good job of transferring fiat to a DeFi token. That is in the plans. Yes.
Okay, that's great. All right, let's check out the next one here. God, you know what? I got to do one more of Sam's before we move on. Sam's really got some fire today.
Yeah.
So are the seed phrases found attached to a wallet that unlock the prize?
Yes. So basically so in a sense, I wanted to create a story with each episode. Episode number 1, the seed phrase that you're finding, belongs to the main character, Jax. He was a crypto enthusiast before the world went to chaos, and he hid his seed phrase in his home. However, the seed phrase recovery unit, which was testing him, broke in and spread his seed phrase all over the neighborhood. So that phrase, as soon as you unlock it, it will have the money in it on the blockchain. So you figure out those 12 words, and you can actually. So what I did is in the past, when I've done these kind of scavenger hunts, you had to use MetaMask and create a new instance of MetaMask and put the seed phrase in, and then you would win the money. But now I've done it where the smartphone in game, all you have to do is put the 12 words in game. You never even have to leave the game. If you think you figured out the 12 words, you put those 12 words in the cell phone and hit create wallet. And if it's correct, the balance will show up. You hit the send transaction, and you'll send it right to your wallet.
Okay. All right, let's jump on to the next question here then. I just love seeing things that are crypto themed. Like, there was this rapper that did a crypto rap. I think I was the only nerd that was like obsessed with the song, because we have such like an esoteric culture in this space. If I say honey pot or rugs to any of my normal friends, they just look at me like I'm an idiot. But in this space, we all have like our, yeah. Anyways, all right, next one's coming up from Jason Williams. Many games today set high cost to start the game and therefore start with a small player base. Does the game have an entrance fee or starting conditions? And if so, what are they? Do I need to hold an NFT to hold a certain amount of tokens? Yes, this was answered pretty thoroughly, but let's just give a quick rundown of that.
Yeah. So I was, before you heard of play to earn in this space, and actually the inception of this game is I created what's called hold to play before anybody even came out with play to earn. This was over a year ago, and I'm a firm believer in if you're going to have what's known as a Tobin tax applied to a currency, like, let's not forget like why Tobin taxes were used in crypto. A little bit of history. RFI on Ethereum brought that over. When Ethereum gas prices got out of hand and yield farming was no longer profitable, they created a rebase inside of the contract that would give you frictionless yields. That is, in a sense, you had to have a Tobin tax to pull that off. Now, any project that is going to use a Tobin tax, if you're going to have play to earn, the only way you're going to be able to sustain that economy is to have your users at least hold an amount of the token. You do not have to spend the tokens to play the game. However, you do need to hold them. Now, what I've done in the past is I had a set token amount that you need to hold. But now what we're doing is we are using a Pancake Swap API, and it'll be a dollar amount. So the dollar amount will typically be 1/100th of whatever the total prizes are. So in this case, you will need to hold $100 worth of words tokens. So what will happen is there will be a comparison done against the amount that you hold. And there's basically like a float balance. It converts that into dollars and it does a check and it makes sure that your USD value is right. And the reason we do it this way is because when the price of the token goes up, you will still be able to play the game at the same USD amount that everybody else did.
Okay. Interesting. I'm sorry, maybe you answered this earlier, but how long has this been in development?
It's been in my mind for over a year. I've been working on the code and making the game for, since the new year. So since early January.
Okay. All right, Hendoko, just to quickly answer your question, they will be announcing the pre-sale date soon. Just stay on TG, and they have another AMA after this as well. Okay. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. This is a good question. From Shimba. I can see that the prizes came from the tokenomics. In any case, the prize wallet and marketing wallet will be, if there is a case where the prize market and marketing wallet are exhausted, how can you keep investors to play if the prizes become smaller?
Simple answer would be you can't. And that's why this is something that I've thought out for a while. I've made mistakes on other projects that I've been on, and we did not plan for marketing properly. We spent too much money early out on things like fast tracking CMC, CoinGecko, paying for things to try to pump a chart when really what should speak for itself is a product. So with this, we will never use more than 50% of marketing per episode or 50% of prizes. There will always be a reserve. Now, if for some reason over time the desire fades, then you're still going to only lose 50% of what's in those wallets at that time. So like we would just have to basically make the game more desirable to get the prizes and marketing back up, but only 50% will be used per episode.
Okay. So just the mathematics behind it are designed to make sure there's always something left, really.
That's right. Like I said, I've been through a couple projects. I'm not always in charge of the marketing. I don't always agree with things how they're spent, but in this case, I am, and I've spent a lot of time to think this through, and I know how to be conservative when it's time.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Someone's trying to ask for your SWOT analysis, Minstrel David. Look at that. All right. How am I going to ask this? Minstrel David, phenomenal questions. A little bit difficult to phrase here. So why don't you tell me what you feel your biggest strengths and your biggest weaknesses are in this project?
All right. So
he's a thoughtful one.
Our biggest strength, I'm going to say, is the fact that we are not new to this space. We have seen the mistakes made. We have learned from them. And we have a product ready to go. We're not promising that we're going to build something. We build it first. That's, we've all been in projects where, in 6 months we're going to have XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And you wait and you wait and you wait, and interest is lost. I believe in bringing product first, and that's what I've done. So that's one of our strengths. One of our weaknesses, I would say, is, something that Achilles pointed to earlier. We typically see crypto games in the WebGL format. The game may not be accessible to everybody. So that is a weakness. It's something that I will work on to try to present. But with this first episode, I felt the need to make it have a little bit better graphics than what we typically see in crypto. So that we do have a PC based game. But yeah, I hope that answers it.
You answered very well. All right. Next question. Yeah, guys, if you want to jump to VC questions, we got to if you guys don't mind hanging out 5 minutes more, because we started a little bit late, we'll get to a few of the questions here. Go ahead, guys.
Can I?
Sam, you already had a text one. All right, go ahead. You got one. Please, just one question.
Okay, I will try. So my question is related to episode 1. First of all, congratulations on the game. I'm the type who plays Mario, and this is insane for me. I want to play it. But so episode 1 is once the person finds the seed phrase and get to the wallet. Is the wallet a real wallet in the world, or is it just the wallet in the game? Which, like, the money in the wallet, is it something that the person can use on their own MetaMask outside of the game, or is it just for the game?
Yeah, and hats off to Mario, great game. The wallets are real wallets. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So if you see right here where these prize addresses, if you go right now, they're not loaded. But what I did is I took the time to actually even turn these into links. So if you click on one, it will take you to actual BSC scan, and you'll always be able to see the BNB balance. So the prizes will always be here, and you will know. So you will see there will the one that has the most money in it. That is the one that is the main seed phrase. So whenever you figure out those words in the game, yes, it will unlock a wallet. Now you have the option to, if you wanted to take those 12 words and put it into MetaMask, or you can use the in-game smartphone that I've coded to pull you don't even have to leave the game to extract the money. But if you want to take the 12 words, put it into MetaMask, Trust Wallet, anything for BIP39, you're fine. You'll be able to pull it out however you'd like.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sam. All right, guys, who's next? Cookie Trader, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for the great opportunity. Okay, I'm audible now.
Yes, you are audible.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. So my question is like, when people find it difficult to access your game, we all know they tend to lose interest in the game. So my question is, how accessible is your game, and how easy to play is your game? Can you just tell me about the design of your game? Well, my reason for asking this question is sometimes when I download some games, I find it difficult to access it. It keeps loading. So how do you plan to solve this problem?
yeah. So I will say, as far as like the gameplay itself is not difficult. Whereas if you've played any first person shooter, the controls are going to be the same, where you have, WASD to walk, shift to sprint, space to jump, left click to fire, right click to zoom. And the difficult part of the game, though, is figuring out the clues and piecing things together. There's a good bit of reading involved. You might actually pick up a book somewhere in the game. I'm a big fan of reading. Like I said, a lot of this game is about education. So you might find a book somewhere, hint, hint, in the game, and there might be a clue hidden in a chapter somewhere. But as far as the difficulty of the game, the playability is easy. However, the solving the clues is going to take a little bit of thinking.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for that great answer. And also, I would like just to ask one more question, please. Can
I'm
I
sorry, Cookie Trader. We're going to keep it to one question just due to time right now. Thank you, buddy.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Mediocritor, go ahead, buddy. And then Bifrost B, and then I think we're out of time. But Mediocritor, take it away.
Okay, so thanks guys, and kudos to Hank for the game. The game is amazing, and Achilles, thanks for the opportunity to speak. So
Absolutely, buddy.
what I really want to know is that a game like this is actually kind of unique and heads above like other games like that. So how do you guys plan on making this project like a household name in the play to end section? Because it's the success of like a game like this depends on its importance to the community and how well they use it, not really its uniqueness. Because if a game is unique but it is not used that much or is not played frequently, it is of no use to me at all. So how do you guys plan on making it a household name?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So like I said, I've done this format before, but there were things that I didn't have back then. So before it was just a scavenger hunt. Whereas with this, I've as you see by like the name, and even like the ticker of the game being words, that you're the seed collector, and the symbol being words, you have 12 words to a seed phrase, right? Well, the way that this game catches on is going to be through story, and everybody likes lore. There's a reason like anime is so big, and why adults like cartoons. It's the story. So originally, I even thought about making a comic out of this, but the way we continue success is, for one, people will be able to win money through the game, of course, and play to earn, but having a good story and something that keeps people interested in wanting to find out more about the characters and the world that exists.
And if I can piggyback on that, Hank, real quick, the other aspect of that is that if you look at our roadmap and you look at our light paper and our Medium article, especially our Medium article, what you'll see is that we have plans and intentions to use some of Everrise's products, such as Everbridge and Everswap. And the long-term goal for this game is to bridge to all EVM compatible chains, so that anyone can hold $100 of any token, Crow, or any $100 worth of words tokens on any blockchain and play the game. And the prizes would ultimately, let's say we had a $20,000 prize, 5,000 of it would be in Crow, 5,000 would be in ETH, 5,000 would be BNB, 5,000 would be in AVAX. And when you win, since they're all EVM compatible, you would be able to send all that, you would have currency and on blockchains you may not have played on. So you're also going to be able to compete against players long term. So how we get to that household name is that we continue to expand, deliver on our roadmap, and continue to get the word out. We're here for the long haul, and I hope that adds to that a little bit.
Yeah, it means a lot. Yeah, you guys have like expatiated on what I asked, and yeah, I kind of understand it now. So, sure, good luck to the project, and I'll wait to see how it goes, and if there's a chance, I'll get the opportunity to play. Good luck.
Hey, thank you.
For the question, buddy. All right, last one's going to be Bifrost B.
Hello, Achilles. How are you doing today?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Truly amazing game. I just stepped into the voice chat not too long, but I already could tell it's a great game, and the storyline of zombies and apocalypse, and I just wanted to know, is the game ready to play like right now?
Episode 1 is 100% ready to go. That was one thing that I wanted to make sure of when we launched, is that I already had episode 1 ready to go. Episode 2 is actually about 30% done already too. So.
Okay, because I see on the roadmap, phase 2, something about hiring designers and the metaverse plan. Right now, the metaverse is largely underdeveloped, since it relies on VR and augmented reality and mixed reality technologies and devices, which are still being developed, impeding on the large scale adoption of the metaverse. So, are you concerned that investors might feel this is not a so worthy investment opportunity to fall back on for consistent profits? What's your plan to keep investors in profit? Maybe added features, say NFT collection or marketplace. Do you have anything like that? Are you open to it?
Yeah. So the plan is to, in the future, not in season 1, but as the seasons grow, to have this more of an open world type of game. Of course, we need to bring on staff to stand up servers, some more things to get that to work. But that's not the immediate goal. But however, yes, we do plan to bring on more open world, metaverse. That word I'm kind of torn by using that word. Like you said, it's a buzzword. I'll reserve my opinions on it for this conversation, but yes, open world style game, absolutely, in the future. And as far as NFTs, we plan to implement things like weapons, gas certificates. Like if you saw you said you read season or episode 2, you will have a chance to fill up your gas tank, and your car's going to have damage and things like that. And we even plan to bring on cars as NFTs and things like that as well. So.
Oh, nice. It's good to know that you're open to these ideas, and of course, getting ideas from the community and stuff. So, great. Best of luck to your project. Thanks, Achilles.
Thank you for asking the question. All right, guys, we are actually 10 minutes over our time limit here, so I'm gonna end the recording. Guys, if there's anything you want to add, please, now's the time. I really hope a lot of people see this recording.
Well,
Hank, anything you want to add?
Thank you for having us on. Your community's asked some really good questions. I love having the engagement. You get a lot of questions sometimes that are kind of stale, but these were thought out. I enjoyed it. Thank you, guys.
Amen. Thanks for the reward.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Achilles, for the opportunity to be in front of your amazing community, and we look forward to hopefully seeing quite a few of you all at our pre-sale this afternoon. And as soon as we have those times, we'll drop them in and let Achilles know.
Yeah, please do let me know, guys. I'm going to be AFK in like a few hours, so as soon as you can get that to me, or if not me, Dumbledore, we'll make sure we get that on the channel.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. All right, let me end this recording here, and we'll jump to our giveaway.